welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry if you hear the snowblower outside. It has snowed. My sister had a snow day today. I'm still on winter break, and I love snow, so I'm very excited. My name is Logan, and I would love it if you would please subscribe to my channel. I love doing this, and I do it mainly because I like putting content out there and being creative and to kind of have like a little time capsule of my life. But I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe. It would mean the world. Also, this is likely the last video that you will see from me as a teenager, which is crazy because I turned 20 in like less than 10 days. So by next Sunday, I will be 20. And I don't really want to think about it. It is crazy that I started this channel when I was 14, and I feel like I've been through so many chapters of my life, and now I'm not going to be a teenager anymore. And I feel like that's weird to like not relate to teens. I don't like that. But anyway, for today's video, I kind of wanted to talk about my 2022 resolutions / goals, because I feel like that's a good way to kind of start off the year. I know that everyone does resolutions. I try to make ones that I think are feasible and that I can keep. I'm just kind of inherently a goal setter, and so like creating goals at the end of a year is something that I would just do because I like having goals and something to work towards. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of share those with you, especially so I can see kind of where I'm at. I always think that's fun to kind of see where my head was at the beginning of the year and where it's at by the end of the year. Yeah, first and foremost, I wanted to show you guys my vision board for this year. So I actually don't keep this in my college apartment, which I'm not living in right now. I'll be back in my apartment like tomorrow, but I keep this at home, so I have a picture of it on my phone because I don't have anywhere to hang this in my apartment. But this is my vision board, so it just stays here. I use this same frame every year. And vision boards for me, I try to pick pictures that I really like and kind of have a vibe that I really enjoy, but I also put words and things in there that are like actual goals that I have. So like this picture of Jackie Kennedy, for example, like obviously I don't want to be Jackie Kennedy, duh, but I just think she's a powerful woman, and it was a picture that I liked, so I put it on there. Or like this one just has a good vibe. Some of the words I have are progress, money, it'd be great to make some money. I have forward looking, intentionally there. That's a big thing. I think after kind of going through the pandemic, I've learned to really appreciate the small moments, so I kind of want to be intentional with what I do this year. I have the quote, life is better when you're laughing. What I love about me, because I want to kind of continue the trend of me being there for myself and doing self-care and loving myself. I have happiness. I have a quote from Millie Bobby Brown that says, just want to act. Yes, like many young people, I do want to be an actress. I think acting is such a beautiful art form, and I am signed to an agency, so I'd really like to kind of continue to grow with that and take more acting classes like I did last year, and just make more leaps and bounds with that. I definitely made some progress in 2021, but I want to make even more progress in 2022. I have famous, which I put on there, and I don't really like that word, but that is part of being a modern day actor. I have like a star, a butterfly, because I'm seeing Olivia Rodrigo, and I think butterflies are pretty. New York, yeah. So this is my vision board for this year. Now we're gonna get into my resolutions. So I keep my resolutions on this little clipboard, and I hang it on like a little bulletin board thing I have in my room. And I also keep these in my notes app, so I'm just going to read them to you. Some of them are kind of personal, so I'm not going to share all of them, but I will tell you guys my goals for this year. Well, my first goal is to, like I said with my vision board, to make more leaps and bounds when it comes to my acting career. I am very serious about it, and I think the art of acting is so fascinating, and I learned so much through a summer acting course that I took last year. My acting teacher was amazing and very inspiring, and I have a book that I want to read this year about it. I want to read more plays. I just kind of want to really grow in loving the art of it more. I'm a theater kid at heart, so I just really love it, and I just want to grow more with that. professionally. My next goal, and one that I feel like I've had for years, is to clear my skin and drink more water. I have been taking measures to clear my skin, and it's not anything that I do, it's more just like hormonal and things with my health recently that has kind of caused me to have this acne that just won't go away. So I am getting that semi-fixed, and I think my skin will probably be better by the end of this year, which is good. But drinking more water is something that I have a goal for every single year, and I feel like for certain periods I do it, and then certain other times I don't want to do it. The thing is like water, it just doesn't taste good to me. I like water if I'm really thirsty, and I'll like chug it. Like sometimes if I'm thirsty I just want a water, and that's normal. But like I just don't, like I don't ever go for a water, like if there's another option, which is bad. So I will usually put like a little lemonade or something in my water to give it a little pizzazz. But that is a big goal for me, is to drink more water. Yeah. Next is to get healthy and exercise, which is similar. I will be teaching a group fitness class this semester at my college, so that will kind of give me an outlet for working out more. The thing with working out is like I was never used to it, because in high school I did dance, and so that was my outlet for exercise. And then when I got to college I actually had to like go into the gym and work out, which is a big lifestyle change for me. And so I've just been kind of trying to get the hang of that. Next, I want to read 10 books, and I want to read 3 plays. So the 3 plays kind of goes along with my goal of getting better with acting and like the art of it. But the 10 books is a big goal for me, because I'm not a big reader, and lately I've been into books a lot more. I just finished It Ends With Us last night. I read the majority of it and like from like 4 till like 11 p.m. Fantastic, incredible book. Right now I'm reading Firefly Lane, which I did not know was a Netflix series, but I will be watching that when I am done reading it. 10 books, I can do it, especially since I already have 1 under my belt. Then I want to read 3 plays. My next goal is kind of overarching, but I want to live with intention this year. I kind of set a word for each year, and this year is kind of the word intention. I just really want to make the most out of every second and be really intentional with my decisions and the people in my life and the things I'm doing in my life. If they aren't making me feel good, then I shouldn't keep them there, obviously. So I want to be very intentional this year, especially as I go into my 20s. So this was a resolution last year, and it really irked me that I didn't complete it. I hate when I can't check off goals. But I wrote to finish the Bible. So I did a Bible study last semester, and I read a lot of books in the Bible that I had never read before. I learned a ton, but I still have never read the Bible all the way through. So that is my big goal this year. I got a new Bible for Christmas, one that's a little bit easier to just like read and understand. It's a little bit bigger font, and it's like colorful and things, so I will definitely be using that. My next big goal is to get an internship. I have been grinding out internship applications. It is just a big goal of mine to have experienced one this year. I really think it's important to do that, and I want to do it so bad. So hopefully one works out. The next goal is one that you all can help with. I feel like I have been on YouTube for years. I have. It's been like 6 years. And numbers are not everything. But I feel like my channel is not growing, and it kind of depresses me sometimes because I really love this. And it's just like sucks because I feel like I'm doing everything I can. I have like researched, and I want to study algorithms like for a living. Like I think it's so cool. And so I really do research and love doing this. I think it's so fun. But I just feel like my channel isn't growing. So I would love if you subscribed. I want to get to 1,000 this year. Speaking it into existence, I'm gonna get 1,000 subscribers. It would mean the world. Yeah. Next, I want to travel, which may not happen with how the year's going so far. Obviously, it's the biggest blessing to be able to even go and do something like that. Hopefully I get to travel some more. I love traveling and I miss it so much. So yeah, It's kind of just a life mantra, but I want to continue to look at the good and stay positive and understand that everything happens for a reason. God has a plan. And to kind of go along with that, I want to trust God more. I'm sorry if you're not religious, I'm not trying to like preach to you. I just feel like that's my biggest struggle with faith, is I am such a control freak that I can't put my trust fully into anyone. So that is my big thing spiritually, is I want to kind of just let Jesus take the wheel of my life and let things happen how they happen and accept them. I have a very hard time accepting bad things. And yeah, a few more left, so stick with me. This year I really want to kind of experience my college city more. I feel like with COVID I really didn't get to go out in the city as much as I wanted to, and really just like do anything. So I really this semester want to go to like more small businesses, restaurants. I have like a list of like 60 restaurants that I want to eat at. I want to go to more like coffee shops and bookstores and parks and things and just experience it. That's a big thing. If I can leave the year knowing that I did that, we're good. Next, I want to be more minimalist. I will never be a minimalist because I have way too many emotional attachments to things, okay? But I want to be more of a minimalist. I went through my clothes yesterday and I was like, Logan, every year you keep that and you have not worn it in years. You need to get rid of it. And obviously there are things that I keep because I want to have clothes from my childhood and things, but some things I can just need to let go of, and I did that. And it was great. So I want to do more of that and not keep things just to keep them. I really want to budget this year. I'm fairly like instinctually just kind of good at budgeting. I think my mom's good at it, so it's kind of just in my blood. But I really want to, you know, see my paychecks and things and budget it to where I can save money so that I can reach my goals more easily when I'm older. My last goal is to just have better morning routines. This is also one of those things that I kind of have every year on my list, and I go through monthly periods and like seasons and things where I will be really good at my morning routines and very intentional with them, and then there are certain periods where I just don't. And I think that's just kind of how life is. But for my mornings, I'm definitely an early riser, just because I like having as many hours of the day as possible. And so if I wake up at 7 a.m., I can, you know, do whatever for 2 or 3 hours and then start my day. And I really like that. I don't like waking up late and having to crawl out of bed immediately. And so I want to practice not, you know, getting on my phone first thing in the morning. Reading a book, journaling in the morning, which is something that I'm fairly good at doing every morning, you know, getting ready to a podcast or to music instead of a show, and of course there are going to be days where I don't do that because it's, you know, life and I'm young, and maybe some days I want to sleep till 10, I don't know, but just I want to get in a better habit of having a structured morning routine, if that makes sense. Also, this semester my schedule has kind of worked out to the majority of the things that I do are in the afternoon, so I have pretty open mornings. So I won't be rushing to a class at, you know, 9 a.m., which is very nice. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video when I'm 20.